Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's video. My name is Taylor. I am newer here to YouTube, and I make a lot of videos documenting my self-employment journey. Today, we are printing some hats. I recently got that sublimation printer over there, and I also recently got an order for some foam trucker hats. So I ordered a couple extra, and my plans are to sublimate on them. I have never sublimated on a hat, but we are going to do this together. We're going to see how it goes, and you can get a little behind the scenes of how I fulfill an order and what kind of process I have when I go to print something. So the customer only ordered 6 of these hats, but I ordered 9. That way I had a couple to work with. So I'm going to grab one and we're going to figure out what size I'm actually going to make this logo on the hat. I think it's going to be about 4 inches wide. So this is the hat. It's a very generic foam trucker's hat. But this is the printable area. So I'm just going to measure it. Let's go 3 inches. I think 3 inches wide will be sufficient enough. Oh, and that's about what it is now. So 3 inches wide. I am afraid this color, I think it'll be okay actually. Now that I have the color and size sorted out, I started making my gang sheet. This is just a regular 8.5 by 11 size page that I repeat the design on for as many transfers as I need. I do end up changing the size of this design, but we'll come back to that later in the video. I have a lot of experience with sublimation, but prior to getting this sawgrass printer, I have only done it on a very large scale. So at my very first screen printing job, we had a huge sublimation printer, and we were printing off hundreds of sublimation transfers at a time, and we would sublimate onto t-shirts, and that was pretty much exclusively it. So I have a lot of experience with sublimating on fabrics, so I don't anticipate having too many struggles with these, fingers crossed. And since getting this printer, I've done a couple tumblers, I've done quite a few metal photo panels, and I even did some canvas. I've been messing around with it here and there as I have time and am able to. So I'm fairly hopeful that this is going to go pretty smoothly, but we're going to find out. The printer's doing its printer thing. So if you hear noises, that's what it is. This printer is not Bluetooth, so I have to have it plugged into my computer. So I have to bring my laptop over here when I want to print something on it, and I have one of these like USB hubs, and I have the cord right here. So I just plug it in and we are ready to go. My paper is loaded. I am going to open the Sawgrass software. Okay, and you can see here is what we are going to print. It is already mirrored for me. We are going to come down here and change some of our settings. So right now the product is set to metal. We are going to change it to polyester. Media size. Okay, so this is ready to print. I'm going to send it to the printer, and the printer is going to do its printer things. Here are our sublimation transfers. I still need to plug in my hat press, so I probably should have done that before I even started to set this up to print it. So I'm going to plug it in now, and I will be right back. My hat press is heating up. I'm going to take a minute to cut these apart, and usually my heat press doesn't take too long to heat up. It's already at 207 and I just plugged it in. So I'm going to take a minute to cut these apart and maybe work on a couple other things while I wait for that to warm up. So like I had mentioned, this customer ordered 6 hats. I ordered 9 blanks, so I have 3 chances to try and get this right. If I end up really struggling and I can't get this to work, my plans are to just let her know I had some struggles, and I'm going to do some DTF transfers for these instead. I am not sacrificing a mediocre product for my customer. I gotta take the cardboard insert out. Okay. I got my transfer. I'm going to place it in the center. I'm expecting this first one to look horrible. Okay. Oh, that actually looks a lot better than I was thinking it was going to look. Look at that. That actually looks really good. You can see a little bit of, I don't know if you can tell on camera. Oh yeah, you can see it there. There's a little bit of a mark where the transfer was sitting, but other than that, that looks really nice. I do think this might be a little bit small, so I am gonna look, I would rather have to reprint these sublimation transfers, so I am gonna look at what the photo looked like that she sent me to make sure that that looks okay. Okay, so I never pressed record, but after I pressed this one, I determined I wanted it a little bigger. So I reformatted my transfers and they are printing off right now, and this was my test one. It doesn't look bad. It looks really good, but the image that she sent me of the design was a little bit bigger than this. So I made my transfers a little bigger than what I have printed off here. And I'm just hoping it'll look closer to the original image that she sent me. My transfers are done. A couple of them got cut off on the side. So I can use some of these. So I got 5 good ones out of that one. That was my fault. That was totally the way that I had them set up on the paper and I didn't look at the print preview. So that is entirely my fault. But what I'm going to do, since I have a couple that are cut off here at the edge, I'm going to use one of these as my next test print. So this is the new size and this was the original size. It is substantially bigger, and I think this is going to look a lot nicer on these hats than the little ones. So let's give this a second try. I will say I am not disappointed with this at all. This looks great. Like, it looks amazing, and if that was an appropriate size, I think we'd be fine. I'd be done with this by now. But I really just want to make sure it's perfect. So that is why I am deciding to make it bigger. Laying this on top of my Teflon sheet probably was not a smart idea because now it's just wiggling around. That looks a lot better. Okay, this sizing looks a lot better than this sizing. So we're gonna go with this sizing, which means I need to print one more of these off. There's a little bit of a lighter patch right there. I don't think that's gonna be too big of an issue. I think that was the way I had it on. We are gonna move on to pressing the actual ones. I actually don't know if I need this. I think it's probably gonna cause a little bit more harm than good. So I am gonna try to do this without a parchment sheet. I do want to record a few clips for Reels, so I think I'm going to press one more, set up my camera, and record a couple things for Reels, and then come back to check in with you. This looks absolutely perfect. I think she is going to love this product. So I had one with a little bit of blue here on the edge, and a heat press melted the top of this. This was my fault. I have one extra left. I'm going to press this one and give it to her in place of this one. Only got a couple seconds left. Perfect. Look at that beauty. Gorgeous. Now that this girl's order is complete, I can shut off my heat press because I have nothing else to press today. I did have some other orders I pressed, but I did those yesterday, and my boyfriend actually helped me with those, so that was always fun. Let me show you how I package stuff. So now that this customer's order is done and I have double checked that I printed everything that needed to be printed for them, I grab a box or a bag and I put the items in the box or bag. Over on my shelves over there, I have a miniature Sterilite drawer organizer, and from there I grab a magnet, a business card magnet. I don't give all the customers one of these magnets, but I do give most of them, especially if they are a first-time customer, and this girl is. So I will give her a magnet. I throw in a couple stickers just for fun, a business card, and I grab a thank you postcard. This postcard, I will write a little message on here, thank you for your order, whatever it is, and I have some leftover PVC patches that I am giving out as little freebies. So these are iron-on patches, but recently this customer started to go through a whole rebrand and doesn't want to use these anymore. So in exchange for a credit towards an order, she's letting me use these as freebies. So I put a little sticker on here, now offering PVC patches, heat applied and pressure sensitive options available. So she can take a look at this and hopefully it would inspire her to order something like this. I put what does fit in this little sleeve. So the magnet and the stickers, the business card, and the little sample. I will put that with the message facing out. Seal it shut. This little kit will go in the box. I write a message in this blank section. Like I said, thank you for your order. Stick this in the box, and I will also place an invoice for her in the box as well. So this customer's order is all packaged up. I am going to send her a text message, let her know they are done, see where and when she would like to meet. So all that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed a behind the scenes on how I process an order, what my process looks like, and even troubleshooting a little bit. So if you enjoyed any part of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll put some other videos here that you can take a look at between now and my next upload. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.